So yes people, welcome back to another video here on the J&M Football channel. So anyone who's played football at basically any level knows that there's massive highs in football and there's also very low lows in football. Now no matter what level you're at or you're playing at, you have to be able to deal mentally with these highs and these lows. And I want to talk about today what the pros do to deal with these highs and lows and how they keep the right mindset throughout their whole career. So one thing a lot of people don't think about when they think about football and being a footballer or having football as a job is that mentally it's very tough. You have to be able to deal with the highs and deal with the lows. And anyone who knows anything about football knows there's much more lows than there are highs. Now let's take me for example. I've had some extremely difficult lows throughout my career. So I had ACL injury I think 3 years ago now, and that was very tough. I was out for like 15 months in total. That was really tough to get through, and obviously the rehab and getting back into playing was extremely tough. And then most recently, my pro trials that fell through right at the last minute because of homegrown player rules and stuff like this. If you want to hear more information and more details about why I couldn't sign, click here or here, and then you can watch the video where I talk about why I didn't sign. So yeah, me myself, I've been through some very tough lows, but I've also had some great highs in football. And I'm 100% sure I'm going to experience some highs and some very difficult lows in the future. That's just part of football, and that's how it is. So if you ask any player who's played, they've all experienced highs and lows. It's just part of the game and you can't avoid them. It's just part of it. You're going to have these bad days, bad weeks, bad seasons. But then on the other hand, you're also going to have some great moments, great memories, great games, months, seasons. So it kind of balances out itself in the end. But how I did say before, and I would say 99% of the players will agree with me, that there's many more lows than there are highs in football. So most players go through a crazy journey, they go through struggles, and the only one thing that can really get you through these struggles and this crazy journey is having the right mindset. If your mindset isn't there, you will not last long enough in football. Your mindset is just as important as your physicality and how you can play basically. You have to have the right mindset and right mentality to be able to live with these highs and lows. When you're high, you don't want to be overconfident and overdo things. And it's the same as when you're feeling really low and really down. You don't want to go too down, you don't want to be too negative, too depressed, and you don't really want to overthink it. You just want to deal with it, work through it, and then you will soon go back up. Now, the way players deal with this is finding a balance. So basically, throughout your whole career, you're going to be going like this, high, low, all the time, and it's always changing. Now, you need to find the line in between the very high highs and the very low lows. You need to keep this line or balance, and you really need to try and keep your mindset there in the middle. So when you are experiencing highs, you don't over enjoy it and you don't become overconfident, and it's the same when you're feeling really down. You don't want to be too negative and too hard on yourself. And it doesn't matter if you're on a really high or a really low. Your work ethic, discipline and mindset still needs to remain how it's been throughout your whole career. You need to have the right work ethic, the discipline, all these things. They can't change just because you're suddenly on a high or a low. So yeah, basically the secret is finding the middle line between the highs and the lows. So no matter how you're feeling, how you're playing, if you're starting every week, if you're not even making the bench, you're able to have the right mindset, right mentality, and you're still able to enjoy the game. Because when you're at the top of the game, everything's going in your way, you feel like $1 million, everything's easy, everything's nice. Then one game, one challenge, one bad training session can change that, or can suddenly be right down at the bottom, asking why you're doing this, should you give up, what's the point, and you're just basically questioning yourself and why you're playing football. The important thing is just to remain in the middle as much as you can, enjoy the highs, and even try and focus on enjoying the lows. Try and learn from the highs and learn from the lows. From every opportunity you can learn something new. So if you've just won a league, or you've just won a trophy, or you've had a really good game, you can learn from that and take it into your next game. Now it's the same when you just had a bad game or you're in a bad bit of form. You can learn from that, learn from this, and then take it into the future, take it into your next game, take it into your next training session to make sure that doesn't happen again. The important thing is no matter what's happening, you're playing really well or you're not even in the squad, you need to remember to enjoy it, because a football career is not a long one. You have a limited time period of when you are able to play and train every day. So you have to remember to enjoy it, enjoy the highs, the lows, and everything that comes in between. And me myself, I would say my ACL was probably the hardest year of my life, basically, regarding football. And the one thing that got me through it was knowing that it's a process, knowing what I have to do every day to get back playing, even if it's doing a walk. Like at the start, obviously you can't really do much on crutches and all that stuff. And even though I could barely walk, I knew this is part of the process. Today I have to do 1 step, and then tomorrow I'll be able to do 3 steps, and then 5, and then go on, and then add on and add on. So just know it's part of a process, and you have to trust the process. Everyone has their own journey, and everyone goes through their journey at different speeds. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did, subscribe for our future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.